Welcome to County Magazine, a chance to find out what's new across Fairfax County. I'm Brian Ashby. On this edition, we'll take a look at the impact that volunteering has on communities, families, and individuals. We'll hear about the county's cross-agency For Recovery Opioid Project, and we can't see them, but we can't live without them. We'll take a deep dive into microbes, plus the county's efforts to electrify its entire fleet of vehicles. Volunteering is an act that benefits everyone involved. It brings strength and cohesion to the community and fulfillment to the volunteers. Fairfax County's Department of Neighborhood and Community Services knows this, and they've created more than 50 volunteer opportunities for people who are ready to make a real difference in their community. Here's more.
It is well known that Fairfax County is a great place to live, work, and play. And one secret to our quality of life are the thousands of volunteers who give their time and talent to our community.
I love volunteering. I love the energy that I get not only as my students at school, but in the area and for the community. So I love to volunteer. My mother started in the late 70s. She passed the torch on to me, as well as my children are part of the programs. We started Sisters in Focus. We actually started Boys and Men programs, whereas we took those programs and took them into the schools, both the middle school and the high school in the area. Volunteering is just a part of our lifestyle. What I get out of volunteering is an opportunity to see the fruits of my labor. A lot of our young ladies that were in our programs, Sisters in Focus, they actually come back and help volunteer. Now their children are involved in programs here at the center. So it's overwhelmingly such a pleasure and an opportunity to see the fruits of our labor.
I always been a giving person. I always loved helping people, whether they were grown up or kids or man or woman. My intention was always helping people. When I started working here, I realized how much I can do for the participant and helping them to get through their day and be happy and satisfied, make me feel satisfied and happy.
For more than 50 years, Fairfax County's Department of Neighborhood and Community Services creates volunteer opportunities that fill existing needs and provides a positive experience for those who serve.
It means a lot to me that I can come here during my free time and help out, make myself feel like I can actually do something, and to just put smiles on other people's faces.
NCS consistently recruits volunteers to fill more than 200 openings each year. There are about 800 core volunteers who serve consistently throughout the year, and they come from a large pool of over 6,000 individuals and groups. Volunteers of all ages report to a variety of sites across the county, such as senior centers and teen centers, as well as many community events that are held throughout the year.
What I want to share is that Gum Springs historically is a very good community. As president of the Gum Springs Community Center, we are able to host different programs. I want to encourage everyone to come to our community and see what we have to offer. The community's been here over 190 years. So historically, we've always been here for our community.
In a single year, our volunteers donate over 14,000 service hours to our community. This equates to a dollar value of almost $500,000. Volunteers strengthen our community, and they reap so many benefits. They make new friends, gain valuable experience, and enjoy a sense of fulfillment. NCS welcomes all volunteers, from teens who are filling service hour requirements and professionals who lead discussion groups to seniors giving their time and expertise.
یکی از کارهای مهمی که من
One of the important tasks that I do at the Pemmit Hill Senior Center is serving lunch. I prepare lunch, I distribute the lunches to the participants, and I help out with the people who cannot come and pick up their lunch, so they can pick their lunch and go back to their table and finish their lunch. And I basically make sure that people at lunchtime get whatever they need.
We thank all our volunteers for their service to our community. There are new volunteer opportunities published weekly on the Fairfax County Volunteer website. Visit volunteer.fairfaxcounty.gov, set up an account, search for an opportunity that interests you, and apply. We welcome you to our team.
It may be hard to believe, but Fairfax County is fighting on the front line of the opioid epidemic, and there's no denying the devastating impact this class of drugs has had on our community. But not all opioid overdoses end in death, and here's where the county's For Recovery Project comes in, offering support services for survivors of opioid overdose. Take a look.
The For Recovery Project is part of Fairfax County's multi-pronged opioid response strategy. Through this effort, individuals who have experienced a non-fatal overdose are connected to post-overdose follow-up and support services. This cross-agency effort aims to decrease the likelihood of future overdoses and improve the quality of life for community members with opioid use disorder.
Once we're able to save them, then I can start to make that conversation happen and make that initial contact of, hey, we have this program, there is help available.
The police department, much like the fire department, when we respond to an overdose, our primary goal is to ensure that that person receives medical attention.
It's so important for us to get in there, to let people know there is a way out.
We know that a person that has overdosed is at greater risk for subsequent overdose. And the ultimate goal is to prevent further overdoses and potentially fatal overdoses.
It's almost like a three-pronged attack on everything, right? So we can get people at any level. Police if they're first on scene, us if they're first on scene, and then people in the background that connect you with the proper channels that you need, whether you need to talk to someone or just reach out to someone.
Fairfax County Fire and Rescue partners with Fairfax County Police Department and the Community Services Board. It's the For Recovery Initiative, and we partner together to refer patients that we encounter to their peer outreach response team for connection to resources for recovery.
So the Fairfax County strategy to combat the opioid crisis includes many layers and many areas, one of which is the role of the police department, but secondly it is to ensure that victims and their families receive important information, treatment options, and resources that they may not otherwise know.
A majority of the people we come across are just not aware of these services that exist here in the county. So when they find out that they have these accesses, they have avenues for treatment, that they can go out and get the help that they need. They don't have to worry about insurance and things of these natures. These are services that are provided to you by the county, people that are here willing to help.
It's very gratifying to work with the first responders, to work in collaboration, to know that the youth are safe and that it's confidential and that the legal issues that they might be concerned about are not a part of staying alive.
I do not tell them what to do. I find out what they want to do and how I can assist. I can let them know the different pathways of recovery that are offered, and I can help them connect to those pathways.
Typically when someone overdoses, they don't have the knowledge of how to reverse this and they need to call paramedics. This is a way to help the individual before paramedics arrive.
Our role in this is so unique and to see just how effective it is. One more life saved is a win. That for me is a win.
One of the most important messages that I'd like to convey is that those impacted by the opioid crisis are victims.
Somebody helped me. Somebody helped me, and I am forever grateful for that help, and that's why I help others. Yeah.
The message is there's hope. At the end of the day, that's what this boils down to. And I just want to encourage people and try and communicate some hope that there is recovery and that is possible.
This video illustrates the partnership in place to connect Fairfax community members who have encountered public safety for a non-fatal overdose to CSB for support and treatment services. These services are available for those directly impacted by substance use addiction, as well as for family and friends. For more information on the wide range of CSB services available for people of all ages who have substance use disorders, mental illness, and/or developmental disabilities, call CSB Entry and Referral.
Next up on County Magazine, we can't see them, we can't feel them, or taste them. But without them, we'd be lost. Of course, I'm talking about microbes, microorganisms that work hard to keep life as we know it running smoothly. Join the Department of Public Works and Environmental Services for a close look into the tiny life forms all around us that help keep things in balance.
You may not be aware of it, but trillions of living creatures exist all around us. Although they can't be seen with the naked eye, these tiny microorganisms are vital for our survival. Micro means tiny and organism means living being. We often refer to microorganisms as microbes, and they are the biggest group of decomposers on Earth. When microbes eat waste or dead or organic matter, they help these things decompose or break down. Breaking down material that was once a living substance or came from a living substance into simple matter helps keep our environment and food web healthy. If these microbes didn't do their job, we would be surrounded by waste. Since microbes can't be seen with the naked eye, you need a microscope to observe them. When you look through the eyepiece, it will magnify or zoom in on an object to more than 30 to 400 times its original size so we can see it. For example, here is a microorganism digesting its food. You'd never see this with the naked eye. All microorganisms, or micros, can be sorted into two categories. Most eukaryotes are organisms that can be seen with the naked eye. Any animal, plant, and fungus are examples of eukaryotes. Eukaryotes can also be tiny and made of only one cell. Here are some microscopic eukaryotes that share our world with us. Protozoa is named for what it is, a little animal. Protozoa mainly feed on bacteria, but they can also eat other protozoa and other things in wastewater. Our wastewater treatment plant uses these microbes as part of their work in cleaning our dirty water. Ciliates. This microorganism uses a ring of tiny hairs around their mouths to create vortexes in the water. This helps them draw in their food so they can eat. Amoeba hunt and eat other bacteria, but they need to watch out for predators like water bears. Water bears are the coolest. They can live in extreme environments and can hibernate for weeks at a time. They can even clone themselves. Prokaryotes can't be seen with the naked eye. You need a microscope to observe them. These microorganisms are tiny and simple. All bacteria fall in this category. While some bacteria can make us sick, a lot of bacteria is very helpful to us. We mentioned how bacteria helps humans. Did you know that 2/3 of the world's oxygen is produced in the ocean? We can thank bacteria for the blue-green algae for helping us breathe. This is why it's so important that we keep our waterways free of pollution. so these bacteria can stay healthy and help us stay alive. Speaking of water, this is the habitat for aquatic microorganisms. They live in a variety of waterways such as ponds, swamps, and rivers. They can also be found in places that are wet, like on the back of a frog, or they can attach to a fish swimming around looking for food. Microbes can eat and absorb different things and live in many different places. Did you know some microbes like to eat oil? They help us clean up oil spills in the ocean. Scientists are even studying how microbes can break down plastic that is currently polluting our waterways. The water that comes from our homes and businesses gets processed at the county's wastewater treatment plant. Microorganisms play an important role in helping clean that dirty water. Remember the protozoa we mentioned earlier? The wastewater treatment plant provides a great habitat and ample food source for these and other microbes that help clean the water. They eat or absorb the toxins in the wastewater and help lessen the amount of chemicals used in the water treatment process. Our streams, lakes, rivers, and oceans need to be protected from pollution. Microbes can do their part, and we need to do ours. Here's how you can help microorganisms do their job. Don't flush wipes, paper towels, or trash. Never put fats, oil, or grease down the drain. Throw away medicines instead of flushing them. And pick up after your pets. All of these simple tricks help us keep the water clean and our little buddies healthy. The result? Clean water we can use again and again. For more information, visit fairfaxcounty.gov/publicworks/wastewater/educators-students or call 703-550-9740.
Fairfax County government aims to electrify its entire fleet of vehicles by 2035. From police cars to garbage trucks, all retiring vehicles will be replaced by EVs and hybrids. 2035 is only 11 years from now, and there are challenges that lie ahead. But with a solid plan and steadfast implementation, the county is already doing its part for the environment. Check it out.
Adoption of the 2021 Fairfax County Operational Energy Strategy.
The Operational Energy Strategy was adopted by the County Board in 2021. It set an ambitious goal of carbon neutrality for county government operations. Electrifying the fleet is essential to achieve our ambitious goal. Fairfax County is systematically adding EV to many facilities, including them in new construction, and then we're also adding them to existing buildings. Those EV stations will be available, in most cases, to the fleet, to visitors, and to employees.
Without the vision, we may not be here today to witness the county's dedication to creating a cleaner, more environmentally friendly transportation ecosystem for all. The road to zero will be challenging as the entire industry navigates what is really a major transformation in technology.
The Fairfax County fleet is comprised of 50 electric vehicles. We replace combustion engine vehicles with electric vehicles through the vehicle replacement process, which occurs annually.
The county currently has 12 battery electric buses in service as part of phase 1 of a pilot program. The batteries have next generation technology. In the coming year, we will add 4 additional electric buses.
Currently, the police department has 4 fully electric vehicles in the fleet, and we have a 5th one slated to be in service within the next 3 to 6 months.
Federal and state funding for infrastructure dollars is highly competitive.
It's been a long road, and we're finally putting on the road buses as part of a pilot program of an electrified Fairfax connector fleet. But to get to this point has been some challenges. Obviously, electrified buses are relatively new. There were some challenges with supply chain issues through COVID, some delays in getting the buses here, but we're just happy to get this pilot going, to learn from it, and hopefully to be able to expand it in the future so that we can all enjoy a cleaner planet.
To date, Fairfax County has installed over 100 ports at 14 different facilities. Of the 14 sites, 8 are open to the public and the remaining are open to fleet only. We include the requirements in all of the design plans with the Department of Public Works and Environmental Services for new facilities. And then we work with our customers to determine which fleet vehicles will be transitioning to electric, and then coordinate to install the proper infrastructure at their respective facility. Some of the challenges are electric and hybrid vehicles are not available in all of the platforms that our customers require. For example, some of our customers require minivans or heavy-duty trucks, and electric options are not available for those platforms. We anticipate electrifying the fleet will reduce both maintenance costs and fuel costs. It's been reported that it is cheaper to fill up an electric vehicle versus a gas-powered vehicle. And while maintenance is still required to change tires and work on different aspects of the drivetrain, we still anticipate that it would be cheaper overall to provide maintenance on an electric vehicle.
Having buses and having cars and having really a system of transportation that's connected, whether it's school buses or commuter buses, all connected to the same process, allows us to do something a little bit more efficiently.
Although zero-emission buses require less routine maintenance than today's diesel buses, the buses are advanced and have high-voltage systems. These systems will require specific training. This training will be delivered to nearly 600 drivers and 150 maintenance employees.
You don't want to take buses less than 80%, right? So when they come back, they probably have like 20 to 25%. And to get to 90 plus, it probably takes 4 to 6 hours. A total of 6 batteries and about 4 of them on the roof and 2 in the bottom.
On average, it takes about 8 to 12 hours to get our vehicles to 80% capacity. And to get to 100% capacity, you have to charge them overnight.
Electrifying the fleet will reduce those emissions substantially and get us closer to our goal.
And enjoy not only the smooth ride, but know that in doing that, they're also helping us save the planet.
During my visits to a couple of trade shows, I met with some representatives from Ford, showed them pictures of our Mustang Mach-E, and they loved it. So they decided that they were going to put it in their yearly calendar for police. So we took some pictures with the Mustang and the other Ford vehicles that we use in the police department. I called the picture the Sea of Ford. There's 3 cars in the front, and then there's close to 80 cars in the background, all being Ford Motor Company vehicles.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of County Magazine. Thanks for joining me. Remember, there are countless ways to get involved in your community. So think about volunteering and help make Fairfax County an even better place to live, work, and play. I'm Brian Ashby, and we'll see you next time on County Magazine.